Okay, good evening everyone, and good evening faculties. So welcome to the session and welcome to the Pantech learning. And once again, welcome to the generate AI and deep learning concept using in a agriculture field. So already was discussed. Just a minute. Okay, so already we was discussed about. Last 2 days we will discuss about the introduction of generative AI and also AI and deep learning, these kind of things. In last session, yesterday session, we was discussed about the um, but like one of the project that is I think it is a crop yield, right? Already in yesterday session you have discussed about the day one session. First project was completed, right? Today you have to discuss about the crop prediction. Crop recommendation based on the particular parameters. Okay, so last class we will discuss about that. Already you know about that, how to create the sorry. Okay, so last class we know about that. Yeah, good evening everyone, good evening. So today we have to go discuss about the crop recommendation system using machine learning concepts. So how to upload the data, and how to download the data, and how to train the model, how to create the model. So everything we will discuss about this in this particular session. Okay, and so last class we discussed about the leaf disease reduction, right? So is that the leaf is the leaf is affected or not? This kind of session, like a topic you was discussed about the last session. And already I shared the presentation and everything shared in your group, so once you can check yourself. So now we have to entering the concept, so crop recommendation system using machine learning. So how can we do that? Once I will show the code and explain the code one by one, and in this particular one we will use in the particular UI creation. So we have to create one UI interface, user interface was creating for our better output. We have to see in better format, right? So I will explain one by one. So first of all, I will start with that coding. So how to create the data and how to implement the data. So everything I will explain one by one. Finally, I will show the result is how the model will be predict like this. Okay. Okay. So before that, I can show you the data set. So how to collect the data. So already, I think in last 2 days, maybe I was showing the process of collecting the data. So now once I show that again. So search with the Kaggle. So everyone, most of us you know. So until unless you who are know about that or don't know about that, you can listen. So it's a Kaggle. It is a data collection platform. So it is not only data collecting platform. It is everything for our information related, like data related concept. Whatever we need, so data set, model, or code, whatever it is we need, we can collect it here. Okay. So now I need only data. So I have to go with the data set options and search it here. So crop prediction. Just I said like that, crop prediction. So it is prefers multiple data sets like here. So based on the what our need, we have to choose that particular data set. So here crop yield data set here. So in this particular one, having domain and area, elemental item, and year wise, unit wise, how much value is there, and then yeah. So already we done the plant. This is already we done, right? So here we have go with that. Recommendation system we have to discuss. So based on the features, the plant in this kind of fruit or this kind of crop it fit for this kind of climate and also soil condition. Based on that, we have to find out the recommendation system. So now I entering. Okay. So first of all, these are all the libraries is needed to upload for our prediction. Okay, and yeah, okay. So now already the four kind of library multiple times I was said to you. Yeah. So this four basic library already we know about that. So pandas the pre-processing library we have to implement our data. I mean pre-process our data. NumPy is handling to numerical values of our data set or our model, and matplotlib is help to create visualization using plotting space like our data space. Cborn also same like that. The warnings is needed to if we have the unwanted file or else unnecessary files is included means we can getting the one ignore warning. So it means we have to ignore the file. It's not through the error wise. It is through the ignore notification like. So it is no needed if you not include this one. It is also not a problem. So next you can go with that model selection. So scale and scikit-learn is using to model selection. That is train test bit. So in machine learning concept, it is important one. Train test bit is using to splitted the data like train data we have and testing data separately. We have the data set. So that's why we have to using the train test bit. It is help to defer the particular training and testing data. And find next one is in metrics. That is helpful to find out our accuracy score. And, okay, best friends. So don't spam your message. So what you try to say like best friends, I don't know who is this. So why you repeatedly do this kind of comment? So don't spam here. Yeah. So next one's accuracy score. So based on the metrics wise, we have to find out the accuracy score. That is help to our model evaluation. So the model is good or not. We have to come to one kind of what is that decision. If we have downloaded one kind of application means first of all we have to see the review or any product we have to buy means first of all we have to see the review, right? So it is a good one or bad one or average one. So based on the reviews we have to bought one kind of product. Same at here also once we have to using one kind of machine learning model based on the score wise it is fit or not for our prediction. This kind of things we need to understand and only we have used the accuracy score in this place. And next one and yeah decision tree that is our hero of this particular model prediction or prediction because of the decision tree is an algorithm name to using the particular model. Okay, so sklearn is a common factor for getting the every functions in get it from the particular library, that is the sklearn package or library we can say, and the tree is denoted the particular name, the module name, whatever it is. A decision tree classifier accuracy score and train test split, this everything is represented to the module name or function name. Okay, the train test split is one of the function to split the training data and test data is individually. And accuracy score also same like here, and we have to find out the accuracy score based on the particular function using the function. And if we have to create the model based on the decision tree classifier, we have to using the algorithm name, that is the decision tree classifier. So in machine learning concept, I will show you there is 6 kind of algorithm names are there in based on the types of machine learning. I think day one I have to show this, right? So now I try to show it once again. Okay, so here the supervised learning, unsupervised reinforcement, there are 3 kind of types is that. So first one is supervised learning, that also having the 2 different types, that is Now it's audible. Now am I audible? Hello. Okay. So I think, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your response. Thank you. Okay. Now I continue. So yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ash Gupta and Satya. Thank you. Thank you for your response. Okay. So same like here also, we have a individual class names based on the features wise. So we have to mention the crop prediction. So based on the feature, soil condition and weather condition and the rainfall prediction, I mean based on these factors wise, which kind of crop is fit for this kind of particular yielding. So we have to know about that. And when we our target also same like here. So then when I choose, this is a decision tree classifier, is a classification type of algorithm. Okay, once I show you different way. So next thing, I have to upload our data set. So already data set uploading concept, we know about that, right? So in the file manager, we have to upload our CSV file or our data set file, upload it here. So once I copy the path and store it here, so this process already we know about this, right? Data.pd.read CSV, it is uploading our URL. It is executed the data like this format. So here, so N means represented with nitrogen, P is in phosphorus, and K is in potassium. It is represent individual things. It is represent to the particular concept. So once I show in the data set, so in Kaggle, I will show in the data set, right? You can see crop recommendation system. Here N is represent to the ratio of nitrogen. P is represent to the phosphorus of nitrogen. Ratio of phosphorus, and K is represent to the ratio of potassium. Based on this, in soil condition, we have to identify the ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus, and uh, potassium. So everything. So next one is the temperature. So based on the temperature wise, in Celsius wise, we have to represent particular temperature in the soil, surroundings, and everything. And humidity of this particular one, there is a percentage we have to represent it, like represent relative to humidity, and a pH level is the, already we know is a pH is a base or acid. We have to know about that, right? It is below 7, it is a base, and above 7, it is an acid, like that. Rainfall is in rainfall millimeter base. How kind of how much rainfall in that particular month or day. So like that. So just we have to identify is in millimeter. I mean rainfall. Here is only based on the factors wise, we have to identify the which kind of crop is fit for this kind of land or yield. I'm sorry, particular soil. That only we have to identify. So it is not specify the one particular date and time. It's not represent here. So randomly we have to fit this kind of millimeter rainfall is that it is fit for this kind of um, crop. I mean it is in rice or maize. I think so. Whatever it is. So that why I said N is a nitrogen level of soil, P is a phosphorus level of soil, K is a potassium level of particular soil. So otherwise it's the temperature, humidity, pH, rainfall. The label is our final thing. So what kind of crops is presented in this particular one? The label column is represented here, rice or maize or fruits like banana, apple. So based on the crop wise, it is represented here. And next one, we have to find out the shape of the particular file. So data.shape means it represents the shape of the particular file. So it's a 2200 rows and 8 columns is represent in this particular available in this particular field. So wait a second. Once I remove this and one by one I will run and show you. So here 2200 rows and 8 columns. So it is one way of identify how much count of rows and columns is there. So we can manually count in this column name, so like column count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I don't know about the row, so what we'll do? One thing, we have to check it the shape of the particular data set, or else we have to give it the data like here, like data dot tail function. It is represent to the last 5 rows. Already we know. Head is represent to the first 5 rows. Tail is represent to the last 5 rows. You can see this is at 2199. That is around 2200, right? That way has, so this is the way we have to find out our count of rows and the column and everything. So next one is a describe function that is help to identify the statistical measure. So how minimum range of the nitrogen level, how maximum range of the nitrogen level, how minimum level of phosphorus and maximum level of potassium and everything. So how much is minimum temperature, how much is the maximum temperature is there in this particular entire data set. So like the things that describe will be represented here. So you can see the first one columns in nitrogen. Apart from label, otherwise every column will be represented like mentioned here. Because of label is having the object type. So based on the crop name, right? So next one, yeah, so like here. So nitrogen's minimum level is 0. So maximum is in 140, maximum level of. Same like it, phosphorus is having the minimum levels of 5, maximum is 145. Sorry. Potassium minimum level is of 5, maximum is 205, and the temperature is also minimum level is in 8, maximum level is in 43 degrees Celsius, 8 degree to 45 degree. And humidity also same like minimum is of 14, maximum is a 99 humidity level percentage wise. pH is so base and above. So mostly acid level is there, right? And the last one is a rainfall millimeter wise. So minimum level of millimeter rain prediction 20 millimeter, maximum is 298 millimeter is there. It's maximum of rainfall prediction. So this is the way describe will be represented here. Next one we have to go with that label. So label this on that particular count unique. So how many and what kind of labels is represented in this particular label column. So we have to know about the names. So once you use this kind of unique function, so what kind of unique data is there? Everything is listed out here. So we can see. So start with the rice and maize, chickpea, kidney beans and pigeon peas and moth beans and mung bean and black gram, lentil, pomegranate and banana, mango, grapes, watermelon, muskmelon, apple, orange, papaya, coconut, cotton, jute and coffee. Around 22, right? Is around 22 kind of products. I mean crops we have to um, yield in this particular place. So once wait a second. Okay, fine. Now I continue. So we have the 22 kind of what is that products we have to showing to the particular land. Okay, so the label name of particular products. Next one's data.info function. So info is entire information about this particular data set. So you can see is that starting from it is a data frame type and it is a 2200 entries and 8 columns and then also column name individually and our type of the particular column and the total null values. So there is no null values, everything is it is a non-null count is a full. The 2200 say entry rows is equal to entries. That means there is no null values and integer. So that means count. I mean type of the particular columns. So everything is a whole number. It is called as a represent into integer. Otherwise, the point value is represented to the float and the text is represented to the object. Okay. So next one, the value counts of the each and every label. So you have to show this. So every product is having the 100. So total to 22 products. So each product is having 100 kind of types is repeatedly comes in our data set. So all are equally represented here. So based on our input, the product is properly comes like that. So next I have to represent the count of the particular label in diagram wise. So the SNS is a seaborn dot count plot is represented to the bar wise. We have to assigning our data that is individually separate in this kind of product. It is this kind. Sorry, this much times is repeatedly comes based on the count wise is represent. So I only represent the label and the data is my data set name, and this one is an adjust the size of my plotting. I mean the diagram. Finally, I have to represent the container for my labels. So how much count? So without this, I can't see the count of the particular plot. So once I run this, so plt dot figure of, so you can see rice is 100 and maize is 100. So everything will be represented like this, individually represented here. So 22 products. So how much count of the each and everything? Already we know is everything is 100. So just in clarification, we have to represent the picture way. Okay. So the next one, we have to go to transform our data into the another format. So what can transform our data into one format to another format? That means if we have a text format, right? So the model cannot accept that the text format data. The system only learn about it is a zero or ones or numerical values only easily understand, and the training purpose also we have to use. But the label column is represented to the text format, right? Then only it is not possible to show this. And so I have to change that because the label having the multiple classes. So based on the text type wise, we have to represent the transform pre-processing tool, that is one hot encoder and a label encoder. So the each one is having a different function is that. So one hot encoder means it is these are type like yes or no type means we have to use the one hot encoder. We have multiple classes means we have to use label encoder. The both are transform the text format into the numerical format like number format. But you have 22 count of labels, right? So first product is represented to the 0 and the second product is represented to the 1 and the third product is represented to the 2. So like that way, automatically the numbers order, the particular model will be transform the datas. Okay. So once again you can see, so in this diagram also is represented to the names, product names, the text format, rice, maize and chickpeas, everything is there. So once I do this particular process, that is label encoder, it is automatically transformed into rice as a 0, maize as a 1, and a chickpea as a 2, and a kidney bean as a 3. So like that format, it is automatically transformed. Is now you don't need to manually assigning the values. Okay. So the process of this from sklearn.print processing package, get it from that, importing the one hot and the label encoder, right? Still here we are using the label encoder because we have multiple classes. So I'm using the label encoder for transforming process, and the data.labels I have to assigning these values like transform the values into store the same column. Then only I will represent the data name and the column name is label. So same column have to replace the values. So coder.fit, that is our model name. So coder.fit transform. So I have to fit the values and transform the values into the another one. So I have to using this column, I have to transform. So once I run this, the every values will be transformed here. Again, have to check the data. So the data is my original data set name, right? So the data dot head, it is represented the values. So here you can see the label is a 20. So the rice, the index value is a 20. The rice is represented to the 20th index. Okay. So why 20 means the rice product is represented in the first place. Then only it is represented to the 20. Okay. So we cannot manually assign it. So based on these factors, the rice only fit for this particular condition, and only the rice product will be there in first place. So our data set designed like that way, so we cannot change that position, right? So next again I have to check the unique of the particular label column. So we have to come some kind of understanding. So here the first place is having 20, I mean rice. The first product is a rice, second product is a maize, and the third product is a chickpea, and ninth product is an what is that? I think it is not present. It's a kidney bean like it. So same before that we have to check the unique of the particular label column. Same like here. Here the text wise the data are present here. In that place we have to convert into the number wise. Okay. So once we have done the basic pre-process, then we have to move on to the splitting process, train test split process, splitting the data for our training. So here x and y have to create the two kinds of variable. For what is the purpose of the splitting means we have to input variable and output variable, two kind of data we have. Okay, we need to which kind of product is fit for this condition. Okay, in this place the every values, the nitrogen and the potassium, phosphorus and every values, based on the values wise this kind of product if is for fit for this particular yield. That is our prediction. So the product name we need to predict. Then only we have to create a model for predicting the particular product. Okay. So our target column is in the label. The label is the target column. The product name is our target column. So we have to drop out the column into the another variable for our training or testing or find the prediction and everything. Okay. So here the x is the input and y is the output. We have to fix it for our understanding. We have to creating like this. So data dot drop function, it is dropped in the one column in a particular data. So data dot drop and the columns is equal to label. So label already told this. Label is that target column, right? So we have to drop the column into the another one. So drop, which you mention it here, and access equal to 1 is represent to the allowing access for column dropping function. So next one, y is equal to store the values into the y variable. So same name, and the table will be dropped it here in this place like x variable. Now again I store it into the y variable. Okay, so once I run this, everything will be stored. Now I have to check. So data dot shape. So data exact shape is 22,000, I think 2,200 rows and 8 columns. Now I have to check means original data is having the 8 columns and 2,200 rows, and the x data is having only 7 columns and 2,200 rows is here. So now you can see here because one column will be dropped into the y variable. Already we have dropped the label as an y variable, like into the y variable, right? So now I print the y, so you can see the output. Oh, sorry, y is not here, it is a capital one. You can see the 25. So the label, like the column name is label, length is entries are 2,200 entries, and type is an integer because I have to convert the values into numbers wise, right? So next process we have to go with the train and test process. Here in this train test it is needed to uh, here also splitting into the two kind of types. One is the training data, another one is the testing data. Already we split the data into input or output way, right? Now here also we have a training data in separately and testing data have to separately we need. Here you can see the X train and the X test and the Y train and the Y test. X train is represent to the input training data. X test is an input testing data. Because already X variables having the what is that? Okay, once I print the X. Already X variable is having the another values, the feature values, that is in potassium and nitrogen every ratio values, right? That is our input. Based on this kind of input we have to predict the output, right? So that also we need. Training is separate and testing the data is separately needed. And y train is an already we know that is label column is a y output value, so that also need to y train and y test. Because of the model based on the previous data wise the model will be predict. So this kind of features means it is fit for this kind of product, so like that way. Okay, so I have to four kind of variable. I have to splitting the variable into the x train, x test, y train and y test, like that way. Next one, train test split. I have to assigning the function, train test split function. Now I have to store the values x input and y output. So already we are splitting into the x and y, right? Here I have to use this. The test size is 0.3. So based on the machine learning concept, we have to upload the split the data into training and testing process, right? So we have to decide based on the testing size wise how much ratio is needed for training, how much ratio is needed for testing. We have to split that. Okay. Okay. Once again, I show it that same yesterday like that. So here you can see the training data is 70 percentage. So I have to show how much do we need. So I have to show in that 70 percentage and 30 percentage like that way. So we have to fitting into the 30 or 20 or 10. Is the test size. Okay, my voice is not clear. It is lagging. Okay, everyone facing this same problem. So my voice is not clear. Okay, so wait a second. I will check my internet and everything. Okay, now it's okay. Okay, sometimes it's okay. Okay, once my side is everything clear, I think buffering. So now it's okay. So the internet is well. So who are getting buffering or any lagging? So once you quit the live and again you rejoin that, so maybe it's some kind of internet issue also here. Once you follow these things, I have to speak loud. Okay, fine. So now it's okay. Okay, fine, fine. So yeah, now it's clear. Okay, okay, fine. So now I continue with that. So here already test size is 0.3. The 0.3 is represent to the 30 percentage. So wait a second. Easily I will show for your understanding. So the training is having is a 10. Okay, I cannot draw in digital way. So kindly adjust my handwriting because of I cannot write in a digital way. Near my car. Okay. So mic in here. So still already okay. Now it's clear. I cannot speak like that now. So how can we work with my system? So then only I had hold in table. So now it's clear or not? Still I have to increase my voice. Yes, clear. Okay. So another one. So kindly adjust my writing in this particular place because of I cannot. Oh, sorry. Okay, okay, fine. Thank you for your response. Thank you. Okay. So training is having so 70 percentage. I mean, it's a train one and it's a test one. Okay. So based on the testing size wise, it is having 0.3 and 0.2 and 0.1. Okay, 0.3 and 0.2 and next one is 0.1. So now, so what is the meaning of means the 0.3 is represent to the 30 percentage of testing data which is going to testing process. Already we have a 2200, right? So in this one is a 30% mean I think it is around 700, right? 700 or near 500 to 700, that is 30 percentage, right? So 20 percentage means less than 10 percentage, that is 50 or 40 like that. So 0.2 means it represent to the 20 percentage. 0.1 means it represent to the 10 percentage. So that is the testing size. So otherwise thing is a 70. So training data, so 70% of training data is going to for training purpose, and to 0.8, sorry, 0.2 means it is 80% is going to the training process, and 0.1 means the 90% is going to the training process. Okay, so mostly we have to fix that is 0.3 because equally splitted that. So the testing means why we have to using the testing size means we can manually given some values. So I am not using this. Okay, so you can see. Wait. So I'm not using these values for my input. I mean, given input to my prediction. I'm randomly give that value. So in case the nitrogen is an 80 percentage and potassium it is sorry, phosphorus is an 70 percentage, potassium it is a 50 percentage. So manually I have to given my own values means that also it is included to model prediction. That is a test size. So in that particular prediction, it's the machine's own prediction. That is the testing purpose. That is not available, not exist in my data set. But based on the near values, it is come to the one kind of decision. Okay, in this condition, the rice is better for this condition. I mean, or maize is better for this kind of climate. So based on that, this kind of things happen. So once you show in manually, once we have to get the got the output, we will see. Manually, we have to try the some kind of values. So why I said like that means we need to understand the size of the test size and the test training size of this. So now I have to give it splitting the data into 70% for training data, 30% for testing data. And the random set to stabling the score of this particular data splitting as well as accuracy score. So every time we have to run this cell, it is not changing. So we have to fix one kind of score means that is our entire fixing of my model. It's every time it is changing means we cannot get one proper decision for it is good or not. So random set to stabling the score value of our data's size. Okay, so now I have to check the X shape is an 2207. That is our input data. I mean input count. So 2200 entries and 7 column. So you can see the train shape that is splitting into the 1500. That is a 70 percentage. Remaining is a 600. That is a testing purpose, like testing process. If I changing into the 0.2 means the data, the train data will be increased. The testing data will be decreased. You can see. Okay, I'm not run this one. Now I run this. So 1700 is a training process, and okay, and 400 is in testing process. So this is the way the data will be split it here. So we need to 0.3, 30% is enough for us. So that's why we have to fix. Then have to create the model. So DC is one of the variable name to store the model in this particular one. Decision tree classifier is an algorithm name. Already I said this. Decision tree classifier for our classification process to predict the value. And DC is a model variable name. So DC dot fit of the values is the X train and the Y train. So here we have to train the model. First thing in this line is represent to the create the model, and the next one to we have to train our model. So we have to give the input training data and the output training data. Both are needed for training process. We have to train our machine here or model here. Okay, once I run this, the model will be created successfully based on this kind of notification. This represent to the model will be created as well as trained. So next we have to go check with that accuracy score value. So first thing, X train prediction is equal to DC dot predict of X train. So DC is our model to predict the our model was predict the X train. I mean the input training data. So the values are storing into the X train prediction. Next to the accuracy is represent here. The accuracy score of the X train is comparing with that Y train. That means the X train prediction one, our predicted value. Y train is an exact value. So to multiply by the 100, we have to get on some values. Without 100 means represent to the 0 or 1s only. So now we can see it is represent to the 1. So without we cannot multiply by the 100, we can get the 0 or 1s value. Already we know about that. The computer only represent to the 0 to 1s. So that is the way it is represent here. For our understanding, we have to multiply by the value will multiply by 100. That is represent to the percentage, 100% or 90% like that way. Here we can get the 100%. Our model is a perfect model for our prediction. There is not we cannot get a mistake for this particular thing. So our prediction will be properly there. So we can check in our testing, I mean evaluation. Next we have to check the testing process also. So the same process, X test prediction, DC dot predict, we have to assign into the input testing. Here we have to assign the input training. Here is an input testing. So where the testing accuracy, it is around 98 percentage. So around 98 percentage. So you can see the model, I mean the value was not changed here. So every time I have to run, the score is still stable. If I not using this kind of random state, okay, random state function in this place, yeah, random state is not using here means it is getting the values will be not stable. It is randomly changing the values. So next one, we have to go with that evaluation system. Still we have to find out the model and everything. The model is 100% training, testing also is 90% near. It's both are above 70, so there is not a problem for our prediction. So now I go with that testing process. So in this place I have to give the input. So manually I have to assigning the values in one by one, like in a list format. So that is inconvenient. Sorry, it is not convenient for me as I have to run this cell. It is asking one by one the values. So what is the nitrogen value based on the user input wise? While the code will be run, I have to give that value in one by one. Okay. That is the purpose that I have to using the looping concept. For loop, the C is an iteration variable in X dot columns. Based on the columns names wise, it is hacking one by one. So what is the nitrogen value? What is your potassium value, like that thing? So input data. So here the line will be represented here. Input data dot append. Every value will be storing into the list in one by one. The append function to add the value in end of the list. So the float is assigning the every value is converting into the float concept, I mean float values, and the input is getting the value from while the running code. So sorry, while the code is run, and entering the value, like it is asking our condition. So the once I upload the values will be assigning into the array format, like converting into the array format. So numpy dot as array, the every input values converting into the 0 or 1s. That means handling the numerical value. So next is going to the next process, that is reshaping the array. So every value has come to the one kind of condition, I mean one dimension. So once I give the input means that is splitting into the multiple dimensions. That is multiple rows, multiple columns, like that way. Multiple values are there. So we need finally only one value. That means it's a 0 or 1s or 2, like that way. So we have to reshape in the dimension, that is 1 to minus 1. Okay, this is unwanted one. So next one, X test prediction we have to represent here. Here model will be initialized that for our value prediction. So here only we are assigning our values. So my value will check it here, and X test prediction is equal to DC dot predict. I mean DC is a decision tree classifier. The model dot predict, the prediction function. The input value will be assigning here. So what is the value exact? Our input value assigning here also. Finally, the model was predicted means the print the value in X test prediction in this variable. So it is getting some kind of numbers only. So it is 1 means 1, 2 means 2. So we need a proper output for our understanding means I have to represent into the on text wise. Okay, so X test, when the X test prediction 0 means that is value is apple. I mean the condition is fit for the apple crop. Then the value is 1 means that is comes to the banana one. So based on the numbers wise, it is giving the output. So which kind of product is fit for this kind of condition? It is 0 means this apple is fit for that. 1 means this apple is banana fit for the banana, and 2 means fit for black gram. So based on that, so manually we have to check it here also. So I have to represent it individually in 22 products. All our label is a 22 kind of label products, right? So individually I have to represent the each and everything. If you know Python, you can easily understand the concept. The if condition, when this condition is false means then only it is moved on to the next condition. Okay, so based on the values it is happened. If I run this, you can get the output like this. So first thing it asking about the enter n. That means entering the nitrogen value. If I giving the into 554, I have to give in the 54 and enter the phosphorus value. That is size 65, represent to the 65. And next one is the potassium value. I have to represent into the 43. Once I give the enter means it's asking another one. Temperature level I have to give it the 35. degree Celsius. Next one is humidity. The humidity is what range? I don't know the range. Okay, so here the values data is here. Once I use this, okay, so already the cell is running now. Okay, okay, here the value is there. Humidity I have to give the 80, and the pH level I have to give the 7.8, and rainfall is 263. So now I give the values like this. Humidity is I think 80, right? So the pH is 7.8. Rainfall is 280 or 260 like this. So now the once the rel what is that, the cell is stopped, that means the every value will be entered properly. So you can see the 20. So this kind of ranges is fit for the rice crop. Rice crop is fit for this kind of condition. So every value is the condition about the particular environment and the land ratios, everything. Okay, so this is the way the model will be predict. So next one, it is the I log is represent to the individual, like a unique row. So 1001 means the 1001 first index, which kind of values are there. Every value should be represented here. 1000 first index, the value is nitrogen value is 105, the potassium as a phosphorus value is 95, potassium value is 50, temperature range is 77, and the humidity is 83, and the pH is 5.8. So based on like that. So the label is 1. So what is the one value? I think it is apple or banana, like that thing only have only there. So wait a second. Let's see, check counting. Okay, so it is a back end process. That means here we have to work with that particular model, create the model, everything. So now I have another one. I have to create one kind of GUI, like our website, right? We know about that. Some kind of website is that. So you have filled your data, automatically show the output in that particular page, like GUI page. Also, I have to create. I already create that. Once I show you, crop prediction is that. Here the app.py. So this is the thing. It is executed the values like this. So once I show the code for this, okay, this is the code I have to create. So the pandas and this model and streamlight. The streamlight is help to create the web page like our prediction. So the every values is asking to input in website wise. So already you know. So the your some kind of website also you have to work. So you entering your age, name, age detail. So asking now. So same like that. The user interface also I have to create in this particular crop prediction. That's the way the streamlit will help to create the particular GUI. It is a short form of our prediction. So already I have to show the entire backend process. I have to link it here. It is a short thing to create the GUI. So here upload our data, and then we have to split it the data like this. So label into input into the output, and create the model and assigning the model. Then have the set creating app, like creating the web app. So set the title of the particular website, and write the description about this. So what are the thing you have to enter, and user input is asking one by one. Oh, okay, where is that? Yeah. So potassium and phosphorus, nitrogen, everything individually asking to the user one by one. And the button is the predict the crop. So once I done, finally we have to give the predict button. It is analyzing the process. So what is the exact answer we have to show in this particular same page. In same result page, it is showing the output. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay, Anil Kumar sir, what are the international standard for quality of crop production? I don't know, sir. Here we only based on the factors wise we have to create. Potassium and the phosphorus, how far it is good for health? So it is only we have to, it is I think it's a inspects what is that? Okay, wait a second. It is not good, but we have to avoid the particular insects, right? Insects, the flies and everything. So we have to avoid. So then we have to using this kind of phosphorus, and it is an anti medicine to our crops. So based on the level wise, so already they are using some kind of crops in this particular soil, I mean land. So again, we have to check based on these qualities, it is fit which kind of thing. So in agriculture field, there is the farmers are not repeated in the same seeding. They are doing the different thing. So see, this 6 month they are doing to the rice means next 6 month doing to the next another product. That means it is maize or else what is that? Then what's happening? So it's a banana also based on that. So different products will be there in per year. They are not repeating the same thing, so like same products, right? So here also same like that. So the potassium phosphorus are it's a limited level. So once it is same, I mean exceed the particular range of fixed level, that is I mean bad for what is that particular? I know I can't say the exact word. What is the minimum level of which is allowed as per the international standard? Okay, you have to asking the international standard of this particular level of the which one you ask? You asking everything on nitrogen and potassium. I mean next phosphorus, everything you ask on. Or you can asking any one kind of products or like that. So which one you can ask? I mean, who's this? The name Sonu Tiwari. Yeah. Okay, the screen was splitted. Okay. Yeah, potassium. You're asking the potassium. Okay. So once I have to this is first like what are you asking Arya, please? So you send anything. Okay, um, remote sensing images as well for crop monitoring. And you can asking about the drone concept. So you have to fly out the drone and analyzing the our yield. I mean crop environment. You can asking like that. Amos Bhatti. So yeah, that also is good idea. But if you have to take some time, so already you have to ready-made. I think ready-made means we have to create the kind of flying drone, and also we have to train the model. So these kind of insects are there, then or else another animals are there. So that is a separate process. We have to monitoring each and everything. So give your time. Once I get a reference from get a reference, and I will show you, and I will told you in next session how to do that this kind of process. Or if it possible, I have to share the process also. Okay, so how can we done this one? Okay. Okay, another one. Yeah. So Sonu Tiwari, you asking that that is 40. Low level is 41 to 80. So high level is 120 to 160 is a level, high level of potassium range. So we have to maintain the medium level of the particular one. So it is medium level is around it's nearly 81 to 120. Okay, so you have to maintain that range that is fit for our every human health and everything. Okay, so this is the level. So minimum level is a 40 to 80, and maximum level is a 120 to 160. So more or less our data set is having. So we have to this also we have to check. Okay, where is yeah crop prediction is there. Okay, it is still slow. Okay, wait a second. Yeah. So we have to check data. Sorry, data of label dot max. So this function is help to find out the maximum level of. Oh, sorry, I have to give it the label. Sorry, I need a potassium level. So K is a potassium level, right? I think it's a capital K. Yeah, right. It's a capital K. So it is a 205. So our range is a 205. Maximum level of thing is a 205. So just now I said it is around 120 to 180 is a high level. Okay. So here's a 205 is a maximum level in our data set. So based on the particular potassium level also some kind of crops is have survived for this particular highest level also. So we cannot using the same one kind of focusing the particular one product. So we have classify the multiple products. That is 22 products is there. Okay. So maybe the 205 is fit for one kind of based on that particular um, product. Some kind of products also available. So minimum is minimum level is 5. So minimum level is a 5. So very less. Yeah, definitely. So as usual, so already the past 2 days, I will share the I was share the every source code and the representation everything. So this one also I have to share in the evening, today's evening or tomorrow morning. I have to share the source code and everything, so you can try with yourself. Okay. So now I show in the particular. Yeah. Okay. Amos, what do you, sir or madam? So everyone I have some time, so I have to check once refer it. How can we do that? Your try to resolve your problem and your query. Okay, so give a time once I try to search. Okay. Oh, sorry, I have to show the particular output. So this is the way we have to create this Streamlight app for our better presentation. I mean presenting. So once I run this, how can we run this one means you have go with a command prompt and run this one. Okay, so first thing we have to change the directory. So what is my location of file for my of the file? So this is my location. Okay. D column, my name Shankar Ganesh folder. In the documents folder, code folder is also inside this kind of folders. My code file, I mean the particular app file is there. So I have to change the directory, then only easily run the particular application in the website. So once I copy this URL, I mean path, and paste it in here. So directory changing processes, cd is in change directory and paste it here and give an enter, and then again I give to the D is in changing the directory. So here the directory was changed. So here C user C column, sorry, C folder in the users column is there. Here I have to change it into the D column. So now I have to easily take the file. So you can see the first one is an app.py and crop edit prediction IPNB notebook also there. So what are the files present in this particular folder? So every folder will be, we can easily access. Okay. If I directly app.py, I can do this one means it is opening the file in any kind of code editor. So like VS Code or Python ideally. So whatever it is. So but I have to open the Streamlight. So that is my exact thing, right? Streamlight run app.py. I already told this that Streamlight is my website to have to create that particular UI in the particular place. So you can, yeah, you can see. So it takes some time. So can you wait? It is a local IP address based on the local IP address. This website will be run. The local host is 8501. That is my local IP address. Okay, it takes some time. So kindly wait. Here it is running. Yeah. So you can see this is my UI. So every process will be there in one by one. So crop recommendation system, that is my top title of the particular site. And what is the parameter? I mean description is that I enter soil and environmental parameters to get the best crop. What is that recommendation? So here individually it is asking to us. So now I use it. So it is manually. It is already. So for example, it is give that value. So now I will comparing the both in here. First, we have check it our data set. So our data set. Okay, wait a second. So first one is the first one. I mean, yeah, the label one is represent to the. I think it is banana, right? Here you can see. Okay, the banana. The first index. I mean, first one index value is in banana. So we have to find out. So I have to give the 1001 index. We have to give these values. So I have to split the screen and represent here like. Okay. So now I can see. So the values are nitrogen values are 105. I give the values of 105 and phosphorus value is 95. So I give the 95 and potassium it is 50. I think it's a 50. So now I give these values in when entering in this place. Okay. So temperature is 27 degree, right? So 27.33 degree. So once I give the enter means automatically it is replace the values and 83 point sorry and 83.67 pH range is a 580 around 6, right? It's nearly 7 means that is neutral one. It is above 7 or below 7. It is based on the base or acid. 5.84. It is a pH value in this particular field. I mean this index. And the rainfall level it is a 101 millimeter. Rainfall is there in the particular index. So now once I give the predict crop means so which kind of product is fit for this kind of condition. So this kind of level of nitrogen and potassium, phosphorus, everything. So which kind of product is fit? So already we know the label is 1. The 1 is represent to the banana product. It is fitting for this kind of factors. So here I give the predict means our model is properly predict the value or not. We have to find out that. So you can see that is banana. So automatically the recommended crop is banana. We represent here. Okay, so already entered this. The rice crop is there, right? So now I give this value. So it is properly give the predict or not. We have to check 54 and 60. I think just 65 and 43. So next one is 35. Temperature is 35 and humidity is 80, right? Humidity is 80. pH range it is a 7. It is above neutral. I mean, it's a base. Rainfall is 260 millimeter. So I give you the predict crop. Now I have to need the rice crop is fit for this one. So I have to give the comparison, right? So predict croppings. Now it is a rice. So the model was predicted well because of we have a good accuracy and a good data and well trained data. So everything we have a fit for this kind of model. Then only the model will be predict properly. Okay. So this is the way we have to create the crop prediction, like crop recommendation system using machine learning. I hope you will understand this concept in everyone. Okay. So today we will discuss about the crop prediction, crop recommendation system using machine learning. So in this field, how can we create the model, how to train the model with the help of the machine learning libraries and algorithms? How can we do that? And also how to create the GUI also, right? So in this file and everything I have shared in your group. So once you try with yourself, and so one or two people asking some kind of queries also. So who's that? Yeah, Amos both users working on some kind of things and how to collect the training data using satellite images based on the images ways you can ask. So we have to try to give an what is that answer for your query. So next thing. So otherwise, any doubts is there means you can ask. And the main thing is you have to find out. I mean, give your attendance. So don't forget your attendance. You will share the attendance link. Okay, wait a second. Yeah. Still, you have any queries, you can ask. Okay, everything. So definitely we will share it in the group. Okay, so kindly be aware to the session. So most of the people to asking me in attendance link in WhatsApp. So more or less can everyone can avoid that. So mostly I stay present in live to attend the. I mean, give your attendance in the particular link. Otherwise, not an issue. So you have any doubt, you can ask. So still we have a 3 days there. In upcoming days, we have to discuss about the what is the GAN models. I mean, what is generative AI models? That's GAN and the VAE. VAE two kind of models is there. So we have to discuss about the particular models, and I have to show you one particular project also in this particular Gen AI. And final project is there, right? That is crop monitoring. So based on the images, we have to monitor the crop yield. So in final day, we have to see the image. I mean project. So any kind of issue, you can contact anytime in our WhatsApp group. So that's it. So now it's your time. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, we can wind up. Promoting buffering. Okay. So I don't know what is the exact problem. Today we have to facing the same problem in repeatedly, right? So most of the people said it is buffering. I don't know. So in my side, it is not an issue. The internet is also stable in right here. Veena, ma'am, what do you ask? What are the research here? Oh, in deep learning, you have to ask in deep research. Okay. So most of us means research means we have to find out. Um, so just now I showed you one recommendation system, right? Based on the features wise, like factors wise, this kind of product is fit for this kind of situation or condition. Same like here. So what kind of how many products we have to yield in at that time? So we have to build that, do the research in the particular field. And also, so now one sir will asking, so based on the satellite image wise, how to monitoring the crop. So this kind of way, most of us, the deep learning means we can easily handling the images. Okay. So if you have any research, anyone do that research means. So what kind of, if you in your doubt, sorry, any doubts in your research, you can share it the doubt to me. So what kind of help I have to do you? I definitely give an answer and share my knowledge also. So okay, thank you so much, thank you everyone. We'll meet with the tomorrow session and see you all. And thank you for your time and thank you for your listening also. See you.